Hi, my name is Hamid. I'm a certified instructor from ASM Educational Center. This is our home pages right here. If you go to here, information technology, this is our home page. We do offer a bunch of courses. We offer Amazon courses, we offer CompTIA courses, we offer Microsoft, and one of the Microsoft Azure courses. We offer all those, everything. In order to do Azure classes, we offer AZ900, 104, 203, and 300 fundamental. In order to do that, you have to create an account. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to how to create a free Microsoft account. Okay, what is a Microsoft free account? According to Microsoft, the Azure free account includes free access to popular Azure product for 12 months. You get $200 credit to spend for first 30 days and access to more than 25 products that are always free. This is an excellent way for new users to get started and explore. To sign up, all you need to have a phone number, credit card, and Microsoft. So what we're going to do, the first thing we have to do, we have to create a free Microsoft Outlook account. Again, you will not be charged for any service until you upgrade. So the credit card information is only used for information. Now here I'm talking about Azure Subscription, all that good stuff I'm going to talk about later on. So we're going to do the lab first. First, you want to go to outlook.com, create a free Microsoft account. I'm going to call this hamid.az for outlook.com. So I'm going to go back to here. This outlook.com is. I'm going to create free accounts. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put hamid.az. Basically, I'm going to put az for. For every classes I teach, I'm going to create a new account. So hamid.az at outlook.com. Okay. Hopefully nobody has that. I'm going to create a password here. Okay. Okay, what is your name? I'm going to put my information. So I'm going to put Hamid. My last name. Next. Okay, country, I'm going to put the month, December, what birthday, whatever that is, I don't care. Let's say 19 something. Doesn't matter. 1980. Okay, I'm going to put that. Okay, then I have to put a password again. All right. Okay, you do this one more time. They keep doing ask that, so we just click next. Click next again. Okay, click next again. Click next again. They keep asking that, so we just have to do it. Finally, it would go to the process. Okay. So right now, Microsoft is creating an account for me, Outlook. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to make sure that we are a robot. I'm going to click this next. So I'm going to rotate this until I get that done. Then I do another one quickly. Done. Then I do another one. Done. Then I do another one. Done. Okay. So this is great. This is finished. Okay. So right now, Microsoft is creating an account for me. So let's wait. Okay. So as you see, I get what? Free what? Outlook. Okay. So right now is login to my what? Outlook email. We need this account to create a what? Free what? Azure Portal. So this is my what? Microsoft account is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to minimize this. Then go back. See right now. Welcome. We got that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my notes right here. So you can put all your new password and everything like that. Now what you do, you want to go to azure.com and create a free account. Okay, here's a link that shows you what's the free for 12 months. So I'm going to go back, open new tab, and I'm going to say azure.com. Okay, I'm going to go here. That's going to take you to this page. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go free account right here. Click free accounts right here. Okay. Now here what the everything is right here. See, these are free right here. This is same link as here. Right here. azure.microsoft.com free. So what's going to happen, you're going to have a 12-month access to all popular services. You're going to get $200 credit for up to 30 days and always free for these 12. What can you do? You get all of this. See that? What are the products? You get 750 hours of what? Server time for Linux. You get 715 hours of the server time for Windows for this kind of image. You're going to get space, how much space you're going to get. You're going to get storage, file storage, database, all of that. You even get VPN gateway and also get load balancer. How many hours? That many hours, all of that. So this all is going to be what? Free, okay? So again, you know you're going to get a lot of free stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in the top. I'm going to what? Start a what? Free. So what you want to do, you want to start free what? Accounts. So right now I'm signing up for azure.com to get free account. Again, remember the first step is create the outlook.com. Okay, so what you have to do, I'm going to create another one. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say Hamid.az. I think account I had, it was 4. AZ4, I keep forgetting. At outlook.com. Okay, so Hamid.az outlook.com. Next. Okay, so right now I'm signing up for what? Azure right here. Okay, so again, what you have to go to the whole process. I'm going to put my first name, last name, blah blah blah, address, phone number. I'm going to block it right now. I'm going to pause this so you guys do not see my phone number. Let me pause that, then we continue. Okay, so after putting your phone number, it will take you to the next page, and the next page will tell you have to put your credit card. So I did pause the video so you can see, so you don't see my credit card. So right now it says here my what? Azure account. Okay, so eventually after you do all the process, you put the phone number, you put the credit card, you're right here. Okay, so building portal, you're ready to start with Azure Hamid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click in portal. Okay, so what's going to happen is going to take me to what? Portal that I need to what? Log in. Okay, so right here, see that? This is Hamid.az for outlook.com. I'm going to put it later on. Okay, so what's going to happen, you see that this is what's going to be portal right here. This is very important. Here's all your resources is, like you can use this, or what I like, I can use a search machine here. So let's say I want to create a virtual machine, or I want to find a security group. I can type in security group. If I type in security group, you're going to see network security group. Later on, I'm going to do lab on that. So this is where you can do searches and things like that. So there's no security group here. Or let's say you want to create a virtual machine. You can say virtual. As soon as the virtual machine comes right here, then that's where you put your what? Virtual machine. Okay. Now if I go home, the most important does know that we have a subscription. The subscription, my subscription, if I go to subscription here, right here, I have one by default. As soon as I create an account, I'm gonna have what? Subscription right here, Azure Subscription 1. Okay, so what I can do, I can click this guy. Okay, and I can rename that. Let's say I can say subscription 1. I can subscription 1 and put today's date, 1/16/21. So that way I know that. Okay, I can save that. Now look at my notes right here. So after you log in, you need to put your surname. I've done that. After you finish, you go to portal and sign in. At the top, they have a good search. For example, if you want to use security group, you just type in security group. Then you will see if you want to create a virtual machine, you type in virtual machine. Okay, and you'll be able to do that. Now I'm going to talk about the bunch of stuff here. When we have management group, Azure subscription, and what? Resource group. Okay, now here's the picture. The picture shows very powerful. If you want to, we're going to talk about, we can create a bunch of groups. In management group, under that you can have subscription. Now look at this. I could have subscription number 1, subscription number 2, subscription number 3, subscription number 4. Okay, that's a key part. So you can have multiple subscription. Now under each subscription, you have they call that a resource group. Resource group, like this could be web server, and this could be what? Database server, and this could be something else. Below a resource group, you could have a bunch of resources like virtual machine or stuff like that. Like this is a web server. I could have web server stuff. Here I could have SQL database or anything else like that. So this is the infrastructures. Okay, again, what is Azure management? Groups help you manage your Azure subscription by grouping them together. If your organization has many subscriptions, you might need to way to efficiently manage access, policy, and compliance of these subscriptions. Azure management groups provide a level of scope of that. Azure Subscription help you organize access to Azure resources and determine how resources are reported, billed, or that. For each subscription can have a different billing and payments. So you can have a different subscription and plan for office, deployment, and project, and so on, okay? So I could have subscription for department, or subscription for HR or development, okay? Resource group are containers that hold related resources of an Azure solution. A resource group includes these resources that are want to manage a group. You decide which resource group it belongs to and based on what they do that, okay? Now, if I go back to the top, let me go back to the top again. Again, Azure Subscription. When you sign up, Azure Subscription is created by default, and Azure Subscription is logical container used to provision resources in Azure. It holds the details of all resources like virtual machine, database, and so on. When you create Azure resource like a virtual machine, you identify subscription is belong to. As you use virtual machine, the user of virtual machine aggregate and build monthly, okay? You could create what? Additional what? Azure subscription. As I mentioned right here, so you could have one subscription or you have two subscriptions. Below that, you could have a bunch of resources. So what that means, I want to make sure this is clear. For example, you wanted to create additional subscription for resource for billing management purpose. That's what is good for billing management purpose. For example, you might choose the following subscription. You could create environment. You could give organization structure, or it could be what? Billing. Why we use subscription? These are the reason. When you manage your resources, you choose to create a subscription or set up a separate environment for development and testing and so on to isolate that, okay? There's another reason you want to do subscription for organization structure. You can create subscription to reflect different organization structure. For example, you could limit a team a lower cost resource while allowing the item one full range. This design allows you to manage and control access to resources. Or you could have what? Billing. You might want to also create additional subscription for billing purpose because costs are first aggregated in subscription layer. You might want to create a subscription to manage and track costs of that. For instance, you might want to create a subscription for your production workload, another subscription for development and testing. So what that means right here in this picture, I could have subscription number 1, subscription number 2, subscription number 3. This could be development, this could be testing, and this could be something else. And each of them could have different billing. So what that means, let me just go back to it. Let me show you quickly right here. Okay, so we have this subscription right now, okay? So I'll go home. The next thing you want to do, you want to create what they call a resource what? Group. Okay, right here, resource group. I'm just showing that. I'm not going to detail. This is an overview of that is, okay? So what that means, let's see, this comes up. Okay, I'm going to create a new resource group, and I'm going to call this right now. See, I have a subscription. I can pick subscription, right? I put in this subscription. Then I'm going to call like web server. Okay, resource group. So this is web server resource. I can put in what region, okay? Then I'm going to tag. I'm not going to tag it right now. Then I'm just going to review. You're going to validate that. Then I'll say what? Create that. So I have one resource group right now, web server resource group, okay? I can create another resource group. Oops. And I'm going to call it same subscription again. Let's call that data base RG resource group. I'm going to put the region, tag. I'm not going to put tag, create, and then what? Create that. Okay, so I have two resource group, okay? So this is like right here. So look at this. This is subscription. I have one subscription. Below that I have a resource group and resource group. Now below these I could put bunch of what? Resources. So what that means, let me show you that. Again, I'm going to go home, okay? Alright, I'm going to search here. I'm going to say virtual machine right here. Let's say I want to add a virtual machine. I'm just going to, there's no virtual machine. I'm going to add, I just want to show you that virtual machine. We're not going to do the whole process. I just want to show the overview. We have more lab on that, how do you create a virtual machine, okay? See here, I can pick which one I want. Do you want a web server or that? So this can be web server. I'm going to put right here, okay? Then I'm going to call like, let's say Virginia web server 1, okay? I'm going to put that, blah, blah, blah. This image, I'm going to put like, let's say Windows 2019 server, okay? I'm going to pick this. I'm going to put username and password. I'm going to this administrators. I'm going to create a password. I just want to show you what's going to happen. Okay, again, I'm just doing right now. I'm going to allow the port RDP, blah blah blah. I'm going to review and what? Again, this is just general overviews. Okay, and I'm going to, it's right now it's testing, everything looks good. Okay, so again, please understand that I'm just doing an overview of what this picture means. The whole idea, I want to show you this picture. We have a subscription, and below that I have resource group, and below these you're gonna have a bunch of resources. That's why I'm gonna show you that. Okay, so right now it's validation, then you're gonna create that. So right now what's gonna happen is gonna create what? All my what? Resources. When it's gonna create all the resources right here, these is gonna be inside this guy, and this is called what? Web server. I could have another thing, database right here, SQL. Okay, so right now it's creating, see that? It's creating all of this. What? It's going to create web server 1, it's going to create a secure group, it's going to create IP address, it's going to put VNet, it's going to create virtual things. Right now it's okay, and it's creating that. So it's in process right now. Okay, the main thing I want to make sure you understand that as soon as you create a free account, you're going to get a what? A subscription. You could have one subscription right here. Below that you could have a bunch of Cisco, or you could have a bunch of subscription. Again, why are we using for billing? Now this subscription could be based on what? Right here. Based on what? Environment, organization structure, or based on what? Billing. You could have one subscription for what? Your production. You could have one subscription for what? Development and testing. Okay, that's the key thing. So as long as you understand this picture, you will be good to go. So let's see, this is all finished. Okay, I go to resources, and see that when I go home, let's go back to home again, the top. See, these are what? If I go all resources shows what has been what? Calculated for me right now. These are all web server 1, IP, all of that. Okay, but let me go home. I'm gonna resource group. Okay, so what? And something else called network watcher group is that. So I have a web server resource group. As you see, I have a bunch of stuff right here. I have what? Web server, all of that's right here. Now if I go back again, resource group, I have database resource group. There's nothing there. See, there's nothing here. So what I can do, I can go back home again. I can go in top virtual machine. Okay, now I already have one virtual machine. I'm going to create another virtual machine. Okay, I'm going to add virtual machine, but this time I'm going to put a what? Same subscription, but I'm going to pick on what? Database group. Okay, I'm going to call it what? Database VM1. Okay, I'm going to put this, let's go, I'll call that Ubuntu, blah blah blah. I pick this for all that. Actually, let me put another machine. Let me put it in again, Windows 2019 server again. Okay, I'm going to put that. Okay, and I'm going to put my first name, last name. I'm going to put a username. Okay, I'm going to put a password right here. Okay, then I'm going to create. I'm going to put all of this. I'm going to touch that. So basically what I'm doing right now, I am creating what? Right here. I'm right here. I have a subscription. I have a resource group 1. I've done this. I'm resource group 2 here, and I'm creating my database set. Okay, again, this is good. Why we do this? For management. Later on, if I want to do something else, I can do policy, I can do a lot of stuff. That's what we use it. What? Subscription, resource group, and what? Resources. So I can see how much money these guys are spending, how much money these guys are spending, and how much money these guys are spending. So okay, so that's the parties. Then I'm going to create that. Okay, now the good thing that when it's finished that, okay, I'll go back to home again. Okay, I'll go back to my resource group right here. Again, remember that we have web server resource group, network watcher, I'm going to talk later on, and then what? Database resource group. Now web server group, I see what I have. Okay, see, I have a bunch of stuff right here. See that right here? It's kind of hard to see. Okay, all that good stuff is right here. Okay, now if I go back again home again, if I go back home again, if I click on resource group, I can go back my database groups. Okay, so everything is right here. Okay, right here, see that right here? It's kind of hard to see right here at the bottom right here. See that? All of this in that. Or if I go back home again, if you click home, okay, there's some all resources and everything that we have. If I click type, this is much better. If I click type, I can see that I have 2 disks, I have 2 network base. This is for Virginia server and this is for databases. I have secure group for database and that. Then what else I have? I have public IPs for each of database and that, and virtual machine and network, all of that. All of these are all my what? Resources, okay? And it shows resource group. If I click resource group, I can see we have database, okay, resource group, all of that. Then we have what? Web server resource group, okay? So since we have done all of these, and the good part is I can go delete this. If I go to resource group, I'm going to delete this so we won't get charged. If I click on this guy, okay, I can delete this. When I say delete resource group, look what's going to happen. Warning, deleting resource group is irreversible. This action you're about to take cannot be undone. Going forward, we'll delete this resource group and all resource permanently. So everything I want is going to permanently. So if I'm going to delete that, I have to type this guy again. I'm going to type that again. So that's going to delete everything that resource group. So that's the things that make life easy. See, it's going to delete all of these resources and delete that. That's going to delete this one. I'll go back resource group, that was database, and let me delete the other one too, web server. I go click here. Again, I'm right here. I can what? Delete it. Delete the resource group. Then I'm going to put this name again, because the new name of that, I'm going to paste that. And then it's going to delete everything has been done for me, all the machine. Okay, so it's going to take time. So when I go home and when I click resource group, eventually all of these 2 guys will be gone. Okay, that's it. So if you have any question or comments, you're welcome to contact us via our webpage. We are the contact information here. We have contact information, our phone number, everything is right here, 301-984-7400. And again, make sure to check our other blogs too. I hope you enjoyed this. You have a good day. Thanks so much. Bye.